This video will explain how to replace any animation with any other animation within this game. This works both on RPCS3 and XENIA. You will need Cheat Engine, link down in the description to download it. Also, join the modding server so you can download these CSV files, which contains the information of each animation, which you can find in the Extras tab of this server. The first thing you do is boot up your game and open up Cheat Engine. You then want to make your way to the magnifying glass in the top left and select Skate 3. Then you want to head over to the drop-down menu where it says value type, change it from 4 bytes to array of bytes. And then make sure that checkbox is checked next to hex. Then under scan memory options, for start you hit 3 and then 8 zeros. For stop you hit 3 5 and then 7 zeros. This will shorten the time of searching for array of bytes. Now you can open up the CSV file. And for starters, I'm going to start off with the onboard animations. These onboard animations include everything from transitioning into a trick, from holding a trick, and coming out of a trick. Is the trick in fakie or is it in switch? Are you in a grind or are you carving a wall? It has everything. Note that the names on the right is what Blackbox called these tricks themselves. The modding team did not name these. And they will be abbreviated, so you kind of have to learn the abbreviation. It's really hard to tell. For example, I could type in Spock from Star Trek, and it will come up with a gesture. But there's nothing called Spock within the gesture. It's actually called Nerd Alert. Alright, let's start changing some animations. I want to change the kickflip, so I hit Control F and type in kickflip and search for the kickflip. Now there's going to be lots of variations of the word kickflip throughout this list. You need to find the right one. Alright, I found something that's just called kickflip. So what I'm going to do is copy this long strand of random letters and numbers and copy it, paste it into my Cheat Engine. You hit first scan and you'll come up with some results. And to know if you have it correctly, you right click and hit browse memory region. You should be seeing lines of code that kind of match up together in a quadruple form. That one wasn't it. Let's try the other one. The first one was called in low A. Let's try in low G and see if that helps. Paste it in Cheat Engine, hit new scan, then first scan. More results pop up, right click, browse memory region, doesn't look uniform. So that means I am in the wrong area searching for the kickflip. Let's actually find it this time. Alright, here it is. B underscore kickflip in A. So I copy the array of bytes and I paste it into my Cheat Engine, doing a new scan. Now I right click, browse memory region, and look at that. You see how there are 4 lines that are identical to each other? That's what you're looking for. Now I click the top result and then hit this down arrow to add it to my table. And to see if this is actually the kickflip, I double click on the value and then change the last 0 to a 1. So when I do a kickflip, it should look messed up. And what do you know? It does. It doesn't look right. So that means I do have the kickflip memory. So what this means is that I can go back into the list and just choose anything to replace it with. So let's see, this rocket air. Let's copy this array of bytes and paste it into the value. So when I do a kickflip, I die because it's an air trick. So allow me to go off a ledge. Look at that, the rocket air. What's cool about animations is that you can even replace it with an offboard animation. So I copy this, paste it into the value. I get a run out animation. Look at that. All right, let's say you're done messing with animation and you want to revert it back to normal. You simply just right click on the value, browse memory region, and you copy the second line and paste it to the top. Now it's back to normal. Going back to the cheat table, I can click the description and actually name it something. So kickflip. So a good rule of thumb if you want to search for a different flip trick is that it's going to start with B, trick name, and then in A. I don't know what in G means, but in A is the one you're looking for. All right, let's do another one where we can control the start and end of the animation, like a manual. Okay, I found it. Copy the array of bytes, paste in a Cheat Engine, new scan, first scan, get results. Right-click address, browse memory, and look at that. The 4 lines all add up. This is what I'm looking for. Click on the address, hit the arrow button. Now it's to my cheat table. Now to see if this is actually the manual, I just delete a 0, add a 1, and try to do a manual. And look at that, it doesn't look right. So I have the address. Since I have the correct address, I might as well just name it manual. I want to replace this manual with an offboard animation, so let's try this one. Copy it, paste it in the Cheat Engine, do the manual, and now it looks like I'm frozen in place. I would like to remind you that not all animations are compatible with each animation, so there could be possibilities of you replacing the animation and you just falling immediately because your character sinks into the ground. For that, you'll need to download the native menu and then activate no fall. Alright, I'm going to do one more example, and let's mess with an offboard animation. So, walking. Scrolling through the offboard animations, you'll see a lot of names that start with BR and NB. BR means you have a board in hand. NB means you don't have a board in hand. That's how specific these animations are. Alright, I found something which I think is walking. It's NB, so I don't have a board in hand. Search for it in Cheat Engine, right click, browse memory. 4 lines, this looks promising. Add it to my table, change the value from the 0 to the 1. Don't have my board in hand, and the walking looks broken. So that means I do have it. Now I'm going to replace the offboard animation with an onboard animation with this pushing while sketching animation. And what do you know, it's doing the exact thing that the name told me it's going to be doing. No board, sketching out of nothing, and pushing nothing. I'm going to replace it with another onboard animation, and yep, it looks goofy. So now that you know how to find and add it, you can save these cheat tables so you don't have to find these addresses again, and you can goof off whenever you want to.